So this is part 2 of entering a credit card in QuickBooks. I left off with the vendor name, the date, the reference number, the total amount due, and the due date. If you didn't see video 1, please go back and watch video 1. I'll be continuing with entering the expenses down here. Now I made up some generic things that might appear this way on a credit card. Date, description, dollar amount. Now what I do, this is just the way I do it, is, again, it's usually more specific, but I was very generic in this. I know, for example, when it's a gas station, they filled up that's a fuel charge. I can look through and see computer store, may have bought a computer. Restaurant, gas station again. Office supply store kind of continued on this second line here, but it's $80. So here's the different charges. What I would do, which is a little tough for me to demonstrate on this video, is I would take a pen to the credit card statement and I would write the expense account right next to it. Now if you don't know them yet, you can type it in. There's fuel, meals and entertainment, computer and internet expense, and I'm doing this because I'm the one who made it. Office supplies. And I usually don't do this ahead of time, but this is just a slower example. Automobile expense. This should about cover it. Now it still wants to keep putting this number in here. So you'd start from the beginning. What I would do is I'd write next to each one of things, for example, fuel, 68111. I would write 68111 next to each of these gas stations. That's all my fuel. I'm just bundling the expenses that are similar or identical into one place. I'm not going to go date by date and have my register filled up with a bunch of stuff. So as you'll see, fuel, 20.03 plus. And if you go back here, you can see 20.01 and 45. This isn't the best example because I'm video recording it, but there's some right there. Plus 20.01 plus 45. Now if I go back to it, I'll go look for some more. There's 40. As you'll notice, I go to the right. I don't want it selected. I go to the right, plus 40. Now you can tab away and it adds it up. Another gas station for $25.61. So I go back, plus 25.61. It totals it up for you. That's all the fuel for the whole statement. Now, I'll put a notice in here. I personally like to keep all the receipts I can get. As a bookkeeper, I'm in the office. So the people using the charge card, credit card, should, I think, in my opinion, give you the receipts so you can staple them to the statement so you have record of their receipts, not just the charges shown on the statement. So that's all your fuel. Now when I'm going through my statement, I would have checked or highlighted all of these gas stations to show it's done. I'm not going to be able to do that here, so I'm just going to go down to the next one. Computer store. Well, I'm going to assume someone bought, and I would have a receipt for it, some kind of computer hardware. I usually like to put that into computer hardware, but I have an expense account here that's computer and internet expense. So that is $397.28. And I tab away. And as I can see, there's only one computer expense like this. Next, there might be a description of restaurant and fast food. Okay, so I go back to, and we'll call that meals and entertainment. So, $27.66. Because I don't remember, I'm going to have to look back. That's $8.19 plus, and I'll tab away, And there's my total meals and entertainment. Now I put office supplies because I saw this. Office supply store, $80. And there's only one, so I would have only put one in. Then I have auto parts store. Someone may have bought a part for an automobile. I tried to give some, not many examples of charges, but a fair amount of what might regularly show up here. So $91.28, and I'm going to tab away. Now, that's the last of my charges. I've gone through every charge. I would have written the account expense number, for example, meals and entertainment, 64300. I would have written it next towards all the meals and entertainment charges, right there. And I do the writing first. That way I can just go down and choose all of one type and group it in right here. Now you can see when you're done, you would have checked off or highlighted everything. When you're all done, the balance is $755.06, which I put up here, $755.06. And this tab here, one of these times I'll get into items here, but these are just general expenses. I'm going to group together by the expense type, and look, it matches. This is now completed because it matches. I'll wrap this up in probably part 3. I'll do a part 3 to wrap this up. I don't like the videos running too long. Thank you for watching. Look for part 3.